Brad Kogel?
Yes, sir.
Kogel, perfect.
Kogel.
Brad, special guest. He's actually a dealer here at Poker House at Peaks, and he just shipped the what do they call it? The Spring Gala.
Oh yeah.
The
Spring Gala.
Spring Gala at the Fort for 30,000.
Yep.
No chops.
I didn't want to chop.
No chops.
I was either trophy or go home.
Nice, I love it. And you had a huge chip deficit going to heads up. I saw that picture.
Oh yeah.
And just came back and got him. I love it. We're going to commentate on the much smaller tournament. This is a $100 buy-in with a 5K guarantee. We only had 33 people. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of competition in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So there's $1,700 of Poker House money in this prize pool. We're down to the final table now. The final 9 players. We're just waiting for the dealer to finish up here. I think he's getting chip counts.
Is Monty Esteban?
Monty's at the table.
Oh, no, awesome.
Yeah, he's got 19 big blinds, about 60,000.
He's a really good tournament player.
I love Monty. He's great. I've known him for a couple of years now. Let's just go through these quick before it goes away. We got On with 175,000. Mark with 116,000. Jose with 70,000. David with 57,500. Monty, that we said, 57,500. Steve with 51,000. Mav with 49,500. Quinn, 36,000 in the 9 seed, and Eduardo with 20,000. Just 6 big blinds.
So Mav, Steve, Monty, David, they're all kind of in the same bracket. Jose kind of dribbles into that too.
Yep.
And then we have some polar opposites with the stack size.
A lot of people have huge chip stacks. A lot of people are really short, so
we're probably going to see an all-in pretty quick here.
And Quinn just rips it in with ace-9 first hand, under the gun. What do you feel about that?
So I'm not like the most skilled tournament player, but I do think that ace-9 suited is most likely a jam here at 12 big blinds.
Okay.
I have like a rough idea of things I should and shouldn't do based on the mistakes I've made.
And you're more of a cash game player, right?
I play
dabbling in tournaments now because you see how much money there is to be made.
I'm dabbling in tournaments because someone told me if I want to be a good poker player, I have to learn how to play tournaments. And then I started making lots of mistakes.
What do you do with your Mav here?
Mav is 14.
He's got 14 big blinds.
He's in the big blind closing.
33. He just paid the big blind and the ante. And he's got pocket 6s when Q just rips it.
Well, the problem is Eduardo is still short stack, so the implications of the ICM pressure.
Right. Explain ICM to the viewers.
I'll do my best. I don't know how well I'm going to explain it, but every single chip is worth...
What does ICM stand for?
I think it's like intermedullary chip model or something.
Independent.
Thank you. There you
Independent
go.
chip
I
model.
don't even know. I don't even know what this stands for.
Independent chip model means every chip that you have has a cash value.
Yes.
Depending on what the prize pool is left and how many chips are left. And you were saying Eduardo only has 7 big blinds left. You really don't want to bust out. If you're Mav with 43,000 and you bust out now, you're losing a lot of value because Eduardo has 7 big blinds. If you just wait him out, you're going to move up the pay scale.
Yes. And
so when people talk about ICM implications, it's like, you know, you don't want to bust before somebody who has a lot less chips than you.
Right. And here Mark has ace-9 off, and if he's going to open this in early position, he has to be prepared that he might have to call off a jam from Eduardo or from another short stack. So he should be raising a little bit wider because he has more chips, and he can be putting pressure on, you know, worse holdings or smaller stacks, but he should still be calling off with a semi-tight range. But high card value goes way up when you're this short.
So when I have a middle-sized stack like David and Steve do, you know, 17 to 25 big blinds, I really want to be careful of who I'm putting pressure on, because if I raise to put pressure on a guy with 6 big blinds and he just rips it on me, now I'm almost priced into call with a garbage hand. So you don't want to, you want to pick your spots there. And if I raise against somebody who has a monster stack, he might just pick me off because it's not going to hurt him. So you really want to target those middle stacks.
Right, and David's got this like weird stack here where he has 19 big blinds. So if he's going to 3-bet, to going to be 1/3 of his stack, I mean, you're committed at that point. At least in cash, when you 3-bet or 4-bet 1/3 of your stack, you have to kind of call off a jam. You're committed. So, you know, Mark's calling.
Interesting that on, okay.
And Mav's gonna. I mean, in small blind, you can probably just fold that. I would assume.
I'm thinking on in the 6th seat has ace queen. I think that's a 3-bet spot.
I would just rip it.
Especially if you have 56 big blinds, you've got everybody covered by a wide margin.
Well, David did 3-bet Mark. He 3-bet to 6.5 big blinds.
Oh, I missed that. So Mark raised and David 3-bet, and then now it makes it a little more difficult.
Yeah, so I think on could like 4-bet.
I think it's really tough to 4-bet into 2 aggressive players.
Well, if Mark has a big stack and he's opening early position, it's really tough. You want to stay out of the big stack's way if you're also a big stack, because you want all the shorter stacks to bust first.
Right, exactly.
So for me, I don't know, like tournament-wise, but if I'm going by feel, I'd probably either fold it or just like
fold ace
rip
queen
it.
Instead of calling a 4-bet. That's a good point.
I mean, if we call and an ace comes on the flop, are we just stacking off? Or if a queen comes on the flop, are we stacking off there?
Yeah, because you might be against a better ace with the ace king, that 3-bet
or kings.
Could be
or aces. You know, you never know if you're.
It's an awkward spot.
Yes.
Now, production side, that's kind of funny. Jose. I do have a Jose who plays on the cash games. So when I typed in Jose, it pulled up the wrong Jose.
Okay.
So this Jose will not be the correct picture.
I know this Jose.
This Jose is great. He
played with him at Poker House Fort Worth.
Yes.
In the opening tournament there.
Yep.
He was pretty nice.
He's a good guy.
And here comes Monty. We don't know what he has. Probably a good hand though. He's getting in there.
He's going to raise and everybody folds, and we're not going to be able to see his cards.
I think he has a good hand. Yeah. I don't know why. I just have this weird feeling he has a very good hand here.
And here's our production side of it again. The person running Action Tracker did not tell him to put the cards over his reader, so we're not going to see what his cards are.
Oh, that's too bad.
At all. Aces. Let's go with aces.
I think he has a big hand here, just from the way he raised. The last couple of tournaments I played, which I don't really play a lot of, he was at my table for like all of them. So I really enjoy him as a person. I think he's a super nice guy.
He's a great guy.
And I like to bust his balls at the table. He hates when you say like 2 BBs, 2 BB raise.
Right.
So every time I raise him, I just say 3 BB, 3-bet. Alright, so still got a couple of shorties here. 7 big blinds at Eduardo under the gun. He's just going to fold. I think his only move now is to jam. Actually, sorry. Eduardo is big blind. So he's going to be closing the action. We have ace queen again. This should be just a jam here. Eduardo wakes up with ace king. With 5 big blinds left, I mean, this is just a cooler. This is what it is.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about. You have ace queen. How excited are you to call a 4-bet or a 3-bet?
I mean, you're on the button. You only have 2 guys behind you. What are the chances you're going to run into better? You know, probably very slim.
We got JoJo in the box, pitching cards, pushing pots. He's gonna fire. He's gonna close out this tournament. Iron Man it. They both hit an ace.
Yeah.
Which is what you were talking about. What if you have ace queen and ace comes? Now you're just gonna go broke.
So now they both have a lot of equity here to. Oof.
Yeah.
That's just a cooler. I mean, you can't even chop there.
No. That's just a cooler.
Just a cooler. Eduardo gets a nice double up. Now he's not the shorty anymore. Got Mav with 12, Q with 5. So that one really hurt Q because he just lost a nice portion of his stack.
And I don't blame the call.
I mean, I'm never not jamming there with ace queen on the button.
Agreed.
I actually in the day 1 of that tournament cutoff jams, and I'm on the button with ace queen, or hijack jams. I'm the cutoff with ace queen, and I rejam, and the big blind has kings.
Oh.
But sometimes you just run into it.
Did you suck out, or
Oh yeah,
did
I
you just
totally sucked out. King, queen, jack flop, turn 10.
Nice.
I ran so good. I mean, you can't just play good in a tournament. You have to run good
You have
too.
you have to get lucky for sure.
Otherwise, the same people would be winning every single time. I see a lot of crushers just fire like hundreds of bullets at these things, and I think a good like cash rate in tournaments is like 10-20%, something like that, something small.
A lot of that depends on what fields you're playing, and what your competition is, what your buy-in is. If you're playing a $100 tournament with 50 people in it, your win rate should be much greater than when you're playing a $1,000 tournament with 500 people in it.
Yes. There's also that question. There's also that question: if you're playing in a day one flight, do you want to play with more people or fewer people?
Right.
And if you play with more people, you can go deeper and you can probably build a bigger stack because there are more chips at play. Oh wow! So on here wakes up with queens after Steve Limp with QJ.
They're both playing the letters.
So On has a monster stack here.
Yeah, he came to the table as a huge chip leader.
Yeah, 58 bigs I think he had when he sat down. He has a lot of probably had a lot of run good and play good.
He did. I think he's new to the club. I haven't seen him too often.
A couple of these guys look really familiar. 3-seat, 4-seat.
Yep. A lot of these guys
Jose.
I've seen here, I met here. A lot of these guys I played with back in Dallas, and some of them, like Jose, came from Fort Worth in Burleson at Poker House. Oh, this might get Steve in trouble. Now he thinks he hit a piece of it.
If he open rips here, I mean,
it makes it tough for On to call with 2 queens on a king high board.
Well, if On bets and Steve just decides to go with it and rips, I mean, does On fold?
It depends on how much he bets.
So he bet 5 big blinds. Okay. Right, because we're at a 5.
So he bet 15, and Steve has 41.
Well, yeah, he bet 5 big blinds. We're at a 3K big blind.
So it's 16 more if he rips it. Or 26 more if he rips it.
Right. So now Steve's kind of in trouble. Steve kind of has to stack off here.
He can hit a 10 now. He's got the gut shot.
Could hit a he cannot hit a queen. So if he checks back and Steve rips it, On is in a really weird spot, but I think he just has to call off.
Yeah.
Unless
because there's 60,000 in the pot, and he's only got 26. That's actually he might find a fold if Steve can find a shove. I don't want Steve to shove. I'm not advocating that play.
Yeah. If I'm on there, I'm probably just throwing in another bet on the river once he checks to me there.
Yeah, when he checks it 3 times. So here's our payouts. We got 2,000 for first, 1,500 for second, 1,000 for third, and fourth is 500.
I think the payout structure in the first couple weeks was a little different, right? It was like 22.50.
Depending on how many players we have.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the first week was really good. We had 67 players, and then poker's been busy in this area, and it's just making me feel bad about myself. I'm like, oh my goodness.
This place will get busy soon once all those series end.
Yep, we got the Choctaw doing some stuff right now.
I've never been to Choctaw.
Choctaw's beautiful. I streamed there in 2022. I live streamed the entire event number 1 and event number 5. But yeah, the Shuffle had a great tournament 2 weeks ago, and the Fort had a great tournament last week, and it's just a lot of competition in this area.
Yeah, the Fort didn't get as many players as I thought that they would. Like Shuffle fills up a lot with that $130 buy-in. The Fort was only 770, but there's also competing.
Right, there's a lot of stuff going on.
And TCH had one. And Mav here in +3 or low jack wakes up with 9s. He's just going to open rip it for 12 bigs, and it's pretty straightforward.
That's how I lost my tournament today. I had 9s against 5s all in pre, and he 4 flushes me.
Yes, he 4 flushes you. Diamonds. Diamonds are forever.
Yeah. You were dealing that hand, actually.
No, I would never
Now
do
that I
that.
think
I would
about it.
never do that. So this is interesting because Mav jams, and David 3-bet this hand before. Is he gonna call off a jam with it?
He's got 81K. It's going to cost him 35.
But
I
he's
think-
behind hands that dominate him, like
Correct,
ace king,
correct.
ace queen, ace jack, ace 10, any ace pretty much. It's like a partial flip.
Yeah, he's hoping. He was in the best case scenarios where he had 2 live
Right.
open cards. So he was in the best case scenario for calling, but he could definitely have been behind king, queen, ace, king, ace, jack, any of those cards that are better than him.
What is it?
And the blinds are up now.
See, I have no idea what happens because I wasn't here this day. I know you do,
Yes.
so don't no spoilers.
No,
spoilers.
I honestly, I've streamed 7 times since then.
Okay.
This, for those of you watching, this was last week's tournament where one of my dealers called out sick, so I had to run the action tracker instead of do commentary, and I just saved it, put it in the can. So we're showing it to you tonight.
Mati's got 15 big, so this is just a fold for him, +1.
Yeah, nice, a cute little 10-7 suited is in the cash game. I'd probably make it, 3x.
Oh, I called.
Yes, please.
I called a 3-bet with it the other day.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I opened it. I'm not folding.
And then Q with his last 4 big blinds, he gets it in good with ace jack suited. He's gonna pick up 2.5 big blinds if everybody folds. The blinds and Annie.
Still got big blind. Steve. Jose. Oh man, this is a spot where Jose. I think he just should fold. I think like ace 10, you probably go with it. This is how I think of.
Yeah, ace 10 is what I've always. That's my hand.
Right.
Like, less than ace 10, I fold. Above ace 10, I call. Ace 10, thank you, Amber, is right there because you're dominated by any other ace.
Yeah, or a lot of pairs too.
And now you're just drawing dead.
Yeah, and he's just drawing dead here. I actually learned my lesson in the Poker House Fort Worth one. I open jammed ace deuce offsuit under the gun.
Yes.
I was like, oh, ace, let's go.
Nobody's gonna call this.
Yeah, except for ace jack.
And if they do, I have outs.
Ace jack snap called.
Yeah.
Or was ace king, something like that. You just never know. I think like the earlier you are in position, the tighter you have to be with a shorter stack.
Position is very important.
And like Steve only has 4 big blinds, but he's not out of it. He still has another 7 hands before he has to think about if he's gonna go with it or not. So it's still plenty of time, as long as your card distribution isn't terrible. The new felt is really nice too. On the
Yeah, we do have new felt. We're still last week we were still on the original felt, but the new felt on the stream is great.
I didn't go and you probably go all in on the line.
So I think another cool thing you can do, which like if you're Mav with the 9s, you can just limp 9s there and have someone else jam and just call off the jam, or limp jam yourself.
Yeah, there is a lot of jamming here, so that would have been a good play. That probably would have worked. I don't remember specifically if anybody had anything in that hand.
He folded king jack. Eduardo's doing pretty well though. He just picked up another 10K
With king jack.
with king jack. Yeah, Eduardo, really making a comeback here.
20K starting stack, 20-minute levels, $100 entry with a one-time $30 access fee. Every re-entry goes 100% to the prize pool, and it's $100. That's something new that we do at Peaks that I don't do anywhere else. We only charge the access fee one time.
Yeah, I like that a lot. As a player,
It's great for the players.
it's great for the players. I think it's really nice that you're paying a re-entry and you're not having rake taken out of it.
Yep, that's
and 100% goes to the prize pool.
and that's what the owners of Peak says legally. I don't think we can do that, so we're not going to do it. And I went, that makes sense.
But it's also just nicer this way to not have to feel like you're paying extra every time you have to buy back in.
Exactly.
1, 2.
So let's see. Steve should just rip this here. I don't know. He has an ace.
An ace and 4 big blinds. Let's go.
Let's just jam
Late
it.
position. Nobody shows any interest before you. I don't.
I don't like the limp because now he's inviting big blind
Yeah.
in with any 2 cards,
Yep.
and if he hits a 3,
And he's kind of bloating the pot, where he could just deny everybody. It didn't matter because this case,
Monty's
Monty's
gonna
gonna rip it anyway.
yeah.
So he actually, if he would have played like us, he would have been out now. So
For
good
sure.
job, Steve. He saved himself 3 big blinds, chip in the chair.
Well, yeah,
I would have ripped it.
I would have ripped it too, but
Monty
I
would have woke up with ace queen,
That's it.
and we would have, complained about our bad luck.
But I think when you have 3 big blinds, I mean, you're going to be in the big blind again in another
Yep.
5 hands.
Yep.
If you see a high card, it's probably going to be the best you have. And you're still live against bigger aces.
Yeah, you got 3
You
outs.
want to look on the bright side. of
You
things.
actually have 3 outs either way. If you're up against pocket kings, you got 3 live aces. If
Right.
you're up against ace anything, you've got 3 live kickers.
If you're up against deuces, you have 6 outs.
Oh, that would be best case scenario.
Like if flop can come 2, 4, 5.
It absolutely could. I've seen it happen.
Yes. All right, so here, this is a stand. I think you just rip it here if you're
Q with 10 big blinds under the
Yeah.
gun. Now, we're on hand 10, and he's went all in. I think this is the 3rd time, maybe the 4th time.
Yeah.
He's been getting good cards. So he's on the positive side of the card distribution that you talked about. But if I'm at the table and this crazy guy in the 9 seat keeps ripping up every
Right.
3rd hand, I'm gonna look him up. I might look him up with Queen 9. That's what I'm thinking right now. He's like, really, you got it again? All right, I'm gonna let you get away with it one more time.
What a sad day you have to fold 5-4 diamonds. And it's not the same in tournament as it is in cash, especially in the small blind there. I would love to see an ace jack versus 5-4 diamonds flip.
Yeah, Q's playing very well. And now, this is what I do. I show when I make an aggressive move like that and everybody folds, I reward them by showing them I have it. I'm not stealing, especially if it's the 3rd or 4th time I've done it in 10 hands. I want to tell them I'm not stealing, guys. I actually have it.
Yeah. It's a good idea to hold your image like that. Like people still maybe start over folding to some of your lighter jams.
Exactly.
There's a bunch of different ways you can do it. But I mean, if you want people to still think you're full of it, and
Yeah.
you're only doing that with premiums.
But then you can only do it with premiums
Right.
now, and now you have to rely on the cards instead of you can't make moves because people are going to call you light. Even though he has had good hands the last 4 times he's jammed,
Right.
he might go, this is kind of easy. I'm going to try this with the 9-10 suited now, and then people start looking him up light.
So Eduardo kind of climbed his way back up a little bit. Steve now only has 3 big blinds. He's folding king high, which, look at that. He just avoided another cooler type situation with king queen over there. I think he's just going to hang on until he sees an ace at this point.
Yeah, I would like to see on.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Monty creeps in with a jack 7. Now mad with his 8 big blinds, and the pocket aces.
Oh, you think On calls this off with big stack? He's got a chance to stack somebody who maybe just has ace high here. Or an under
No,
pair?
I mean, he's got 32,000 to call,
How did
and he's got Monty behind him, so it could be an extra 70 to call. Let's say he calls 32, and then Monty decides to rip it in. I think it's a fold.
Yeah. So if he didn't have Monty behind him,
If he didn't have Monty, if he was closing the action, he might want to gamble with 2 overcards, hoping that you have pocket 9s. But with Monty behind him, not knowing what Monty's gonna do,
I had some dude at shuffle limp ace 10 of diamonds, and I ISO'd king queen, and then he just rips it, and I was just went like, what is going on here? I was like, yeah, oh, why not? I'll probably gamble. It's probably like some little pair. I was like totally crushed.
yeah.
I'm paying my education through tournaments.
It's a good way to learn.
Good
And he does
fold.
let it go, and Monty's not calling with jack high.
No, he's not. He might posture for a little bit.
Not too much.
He normally does in Hollywood.
No.
He's normally an ABC, let's get the show on the road type of guy, which I like a lot. A lot of players will have just total trash and sit there and let the clock wind down during tournaments. Was Katie's game also 20K or was it 30K?
It was the same 20K. It was the exact same tournament. 20K starting stack, 20-minute levels. It was 80 plus 20 for $100 total buy-in, but we took the juice on every re-entry.
Gotcha.
And we got up to 350 players at our height
That's awesome.
on a Wednesday night.
I remember that. It started off at like almost 100, then it broke 100. Then
Yeah, and then it like every week I was saying, hey, records, broken records, broken records. We broke the record again. And it was really fun. It was a fun ride.
yeah, and then I had to get squeezed in the corner.
Yep,
Nobody
the
could
cash-
find me to play cash.
The cash players had to get stuck in that back room.
I liked it. It was kind of
It was good. It was good.
I feel like a little private club. Steve, what does Steve do here? Oh, Jose's probably gonna jam here.
Yeah, I don't see any reason for Jose not to. He's got 10 big blinds and a pair. If he jams 42,000, David will fold out worse hands.
He does not like this spot, it looks like.
He's middle position. He still has. It's a really rough spot for Jose because On's got all the chips and he's right to his direct left.
Oh,
He
nice
does let it
fold.
go. Wow, good fold, Jose.
I know he
He
studies
didn't
a bit.
like that.
Yeah, Jose was telling me at the last table that he's part of like Jocko's or Jaka, Farah Jaka, his poker group. So I'm sure he's pretty studied.
And the ace 5 suited is the new ace king. That's the new
Is that what
GTO.
it is?
That's the new GTO thing because you're unblocking the cards that would dominate you. You know, it's like, yeah. I'm not smart enough to explain what I understood. I can only explain to you how much I understand it, and it's not very much.
Oh.
And that's a great flop for ace 5.
Theoretically, it's a great flop for David. Actually, it's not a good flop for him at all.
No.
I would just check here. I mean,
If you check, you're automatically giving up.
you're only really getting called by the nuts.
Oh!
What?
Well, because I was just going to say, if you check, you're automatically giving up. But if you bet, On might think you have a better kicker than his ace.
But he's
let it
big
go.
stack. He could afford to put in the call there.
Oh,
Oh boy, I got a lot of learning to do then.
I'm...
Ace, queen, jack. Did you show?
The thing I don't understand is if you're playing ace 5 and you hit your
And you hit
pair,
the ace, what are you doing? But
Yeah.
he might have been mining for a flush.
maybe. But we're not really deep enough. I mean, he only has X amount of big blinds, you know? He has like 18 big blinds.
He might not have thought this all the way through.
I would
logical
put in a call there. It could still be diamonds. I mean,
Yeah,
you shouldn't really be betting there without like king 10. Or ace queen, ace jack, ace king. But I don't really know much. Just play by feel here. Steve's got a jam. Steve, jam.
David's going to watch this and be so excited about his play there. You know, with his 2 sevens.
Steve raised. So he has one big
I
blind
think
left.
he really needs to jam there. Now you have a pair.
Yeah. You just, I mean, you're hanging on to.
Jose's trying to get information because he wanted to know if his sixes were any good. What was the flop? Ace, queen, jack? What did he have? He didn't show? They're like, he'll see it on TV.
They'll show it later on today.
Oh, he's got to wait a week to see it, right?
He waited a week.
Oh boy.
This was last week.
He's
He
not
was,
even going to remember.
no.
We got 2 channels, but for some reason it pops up so much for
Did Eduardo call? Wow.
Eduardo
big
calls
blind?
it 4 high.
Wow, this is like best possible scenario.
He
for
has an
Steve.
over.
I know.
And the thing is, though, he can represent anything
Yeah.
because the blinds are 2 and 4.
Oh boy, do you fold here though for one big blind with a pair?
No, you have to call. He's like, I'm all in. I hope it works. If he goes all in pre-flop, Eduardo might fold. But
You just have to call this. It's one big blind.
yeah.
I have a pair, call. Give him a-
Wait, what's the blinds right now? It shows he has
Wow.
6K. He has way more than 6K. So
Yeah.
that graphic is wrong. He had like 16K.
Oh really? Yeah,
right?
that's still
Didn't he
well,
have 5-5-5?
I'm not sure. It said he only had 3 big blinds to start the hand. He raised to 2 big blinds.
Right.
He only had 1 big blind left.
The graphic might be wrong though.
Okay,
I'm
that would
thinking
make
because
more
he
sense.
put out 3 stacks of 1,000 of 5 high, so that would have been 5, 10, 15.
Yeah, I'm not really sure then. If this is inaccurate, then
Then all bets go out the window.
everything's wrong.
Yeah, then it makes sense that he didn't jam. When we're saying he should jam his last 4 big blinds, he probably had 10 big blinds, and the graphics are wrong.
It could be. Yeah, he's still kind of just limping in and.
So Steve's got 28,000. Now it says he has 48,000. Oh,
but is that right?
I don't know.
So
Let's
he
look
just-
and see.
Called 8,000.
Oh, 4,
So those are 5s on his
On
left.
his
Well, our right.
Our-
Yeah.
7 folds.
I mean, I would just rip it here if I'm Steve.
9 folds.
And that's why it's really important for the action tracker and the dealer to communicate and make sure all the stack sizes are correct. More so in a tournament when the disparity is so great. In a cash game, if you have 1,500 or 1,600, it's not a big deal. But in a tournament, if you have 15 big blinds or 6 big blinds, it's a really big deal.
Right. I don't know much about small blind or big blind in tournaments. But I feel like if I only have like 8 or 10 big blinds, I'm probably just folding everything that I'm not jamming.
Right. We're not trying to limp anymore.
No.
I used to say that. So On's got
Check 6.
the only flush draw. Nobody has an 8. Steve has the best hand with second pair and
He's
the
got
best
70%.
kicker.
Check 2.
It's hard with these boards because you don't know if anyone's ever sandbagging or slow playing. David's just going to stab at it once it goes check check.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
I think On has to call. And if no diamonds come, I think David just can bet and take it down. But maybe he gives up here if On
Ooh, he did
calls.
get the 10 to fold.
It's very interesting seeing things
On
from
has
this side.
the second nut flush on a paired board. So he's not super excited.
Yeah, but he's big blind. He could have any 2 cards. So he could just have like 8 deuce.
Yep.
So he's still live. You just don't know which diamond you might not
yeah.
want to see.
Yeah, you don't want to see the deuce of diamonds in that
Right.
case, and you don't know that.
7 of diamonds would be gross. A lot of people play 8-7. We got a 9 here, so
So it's a clean card.
yeah, David has to bet and rep it.
Yep, there's 36 in the pot. What do you bet? 10K? He just
Honestly,
bet 8.
small, yeah, 10, 12.
7 19,000.
19. I like that bet.
I mean, what's he? I mean, he's representing pretty much nut flush or boats here.
Oh, well, I mean, when it checked around to the flop, he could just say I have an 8, and it's gonna work. Good job, David.
Nice bluff. He walked in earlier today to play the tournament.
Do you ever show that in that
Depends.
situation?
Depends.
Right here, I wouldn't. It's too early, and I might want to use that move again later.
It depends. Do you want to tilt the big stack?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to tilt him? And
You want
have
him to
those
come
chips
after you?
flying? Yeah, you want those chips all over the table.
Yeah. David's up to 29 big blinds, 120,000 chips. I'm super interested to see what Steve has. $2K, $4K, $4K,
You can
10K in the
jam
pot.
this. Just jam this, Jose.
10 big blinds with a king 10 under the gun. That's it. All in. Yep, good job.
11 5.
Let's check the charts. Let's pretend like we know what we're doing. 10 big blinds. Shove from under the gun. King 10 offsuit even has a ton of equity here.
So what chart do you prefer to use?
Oh, I'm just looking at what do you call it? Push fold charts, which is if you have a decision to make, it's either you're jamming or you're folding. So this is a 10 big blind, 9-handed shove chart. It loves the king 10 suited.
And king 10 is a shove.
King 10 off is a shove. Any king pretty much is a shove here.
From under the gun?
At 10, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong. I'm on the wrong.
I was like,
this is why I'm bad at tournaments. No, king 10 suited is just like it's like a barely a positive EV play here,
Okay.
which means that it would be beneficial for him.
We are gonna skip this break because they took a break right before the final table.
I was looking at small blind. I was wondering, like, oh wow, that's a lot more hands than I remember.
Yeah. I was like, under the gun. Wow.
I think you can just jam it here anyway. It just looks so nice. Why not?
Why not?
Let's make a flush.
On with 165,000. Eduardo with 34,000. 8 big blinds, 9 big blinds, 10 big blinds. As the blinds go up, they get condensed in the middle class there. 8, 9, 10, 13, 13, 17, and the middle class becomes the lower class.
Yeah.
You know, we had a whole bunch of people that were comfortable, and now they're getting less comfortable.
It feels familiar.
Yeah, sounds like a analogy for life.
Yeah. But I will say one thing about charts is that, you know, they're only so perfect, but you also have to mold to the people at your table and adapt. So if everybody's overfolding, you can probably loosen up.
And that's what I say. I play the opposite.
Right.
If they're all tight, I'm going to be loose. If they're all loose, I'm going to be tight.
Right.
Mark with the A and the Q.
He just limps in.
Now, I think because of all these short stacks, under 12 big blinds that are just open shoving, he's going to try to trap one of them.
Here comes Steve, 6-3 in the small blind. See, that's the thing with tournaments versus cash. If you have your blind or some money already in the pot, are you more obligated to call wider to defend?
Because of the pot size, how much it influences you. You know, if you've got $500 and you're playing 2-5,
right?
That's 1% of your stack. If you've got 30,000 and the blinds are 5-10, that's 33% of your stack.
Wow, Jose. I wish that was a 4 of hearts. Then we would have seen some fireworks here. I think he's just going to rip it.
Mark's got top 2.
Yeah, nice.
It's 15,000. Just over half the pot bet.
So before Steve called 1 bet with second pair, here he has third pair. He's checking for a heart. He has 1 heart.
Does let it go. Jose with a gut shot, needing a 5.
You just fold that. He's got 6 bigs to gamble.
Yeah, he was in the big blind, so that was you know, he could have had anything, but
yeah,
Mark
and
hit that.
Steve, Eduardo are at the bottom with 5. Hugh and Jose have 6 big blinds. I mean, there's so much money to be gained.
Let those bottom 4 or 5 players bust off,
Yep.
and then we can start playing. You don't want, if you're Monty or Mark, you don't want to lose before Steve, Eduardo, Jose, and Q get out.
Right. I would
You
say
know,
the cutoff for me, like, I think Monty still has to jam and get some chips.
Yep.
Mark can chill a little bit. So can like On can just hang out, watch people.
Yeah, On's, he's got all the chips. He's got all the options. He can. Life is good right now if you're on.
It's pretty good. I'd still want a little bit more of a commanding lead and just start stacking all the shorties. Maybe do some flips.
The problem is he's got 27 big blinds. If he doubles up a couple guys with 10 big blinds, all of a sudden he's in the middle,
Right.
fighting for his life. And I think, and I don't know, this is a small sample size of like 16 hands, but I think On has been playing pretty snug. Jose might know that and decide to get out of line.
I mean, I think Jose's supposed to jam. Actually, I'm not really sure. I think the dynamic is if you're On in small blind and Jose only has 6 big blinds, you just rip it. Any 2. Like, I'm not very tournament studied. I just kind of feel my way around the table and the players and trying to make the best decision that I think is the best at that time, even if it's not what the charts or computer tell you to do.
Hey, you're supposed to call me.
Nobody's a computer.
What? No, and I tell people, throw your charts out the window. You're in Texas now. So I posted that last week. I posted a hand and I said, and all you ICM wizards, throw your pre-flop charts out the window because you're in Texas. Those don't really matter.
Yeah, I have friends who are tournament crushers, and I'll send them some of my hands, and they say you're suicidal. And I'll be like,
no, this is.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
I'm actually pretty tight.
Yeah.
In Texas, they call me passive.
I don't know.
With 2 6s.
Yeah. I opened sixes the other day, and I told myself that if the shorty jammed, I was going to call him, and he jammed, and I was like, I told myself I was going to call. I'm just going to call.
What do you have? You can't be results oriented. Sevens now?
Or eights, one of those two, yeah.
Sometimes you lose.
Oh, actually, no, sorry. He had ace 10, and I lost to a
Oh, you
a
still
flop
got
10.
there? Okay.
Or no, turn 10. Yeah, he still got there. But you know,
But you're flipping a coin, and you got all the chips.
I'm not playing to not lose.
Right.
I'm playing to win the whole thing. So I want as many chips as possible. But the more you get into these spots, the more I think you realize what the better decision would have been without being results oriented after the tournament's over.
I was talking to Juan last week at this tournament actually, and he was really disappointed in himself because one player raised and he called a third person 3-bet. The first person went all in, and he just called when he should have shoved. He let the other guy see the flop, and the guy flopped a flush draw, and they got it all in.
Oh.
And he was like, God, I should have shoved. I was just, when I called, I just thought the hand was over. And like,
Right.
oh, you're all in. I call. Oh, wait, this guy's still got a call.
But the problem is if that dude didn't flop a flush draw, would you
Right.
still say I should be jamming there?
Yeah.
It's hard because you know the answer before.
Yeah, you can't be results oriented.
That's the thing, and people miss the flop 67% of the time. So
49% of the statistics are made up on the spot.
actually, only 80% of them are made up on the spot. But yeah, it's something like players miss the flop way more often than
Yeah.
they hit
Oh,
it.
for sure they do. It's hard to make a pair.
Steve, you just gotta call this, man. Just
You got 5 big
there.
blinds and you got 2 face cards.
there
You got to
go.
call. Good
Let's
job.
Go.
Good job.
Let's flip. Running clubs, baby.
He's not in bad shape. He's got a 60-40 when everybody else gets out of the way.
I mean, he can hit a lot of straights. I'd rather have the connected cards here, but I wish they were suited.
Yeah.
I mean, ace 5 is also a nice hand.
Ace 5 is a great hand. That's the
now-
new GTO Ace King.
And this is the thing with Mav. Mav only has 6 big blinds. Is he going to gamble and get in there with 6-5 and just try to hit and triple up? Or is he
Right,
gonna
right.
let
I was going to say he's getting the pot out. He's getting 2-1 on his money. Does he want, I mean, and there's 9 players left. Do you want to just grind the 6 big blinds, or do we want to try to come back with 18 big blinds?
Right, and so right now he's in the big blind. So next he's only gonna have 5.5 bigs, right?
That's
he's gonna be in
already
small
taken
blind?
out of his the blind and the ante have already been taken out of his stack, so he's got 40,500 left.
Right. So next hand he's gonna be in the small blind and lose another half a
Yep.
blind.
Yep.
I mean, he can wait a whole other orbit.
He can. I don't hate this though, because 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th all get $0.
Right.
So he might as well. Oh, he almost
let's
did it.
go. Let's
Bach.
oh,
That's
come
a
on.
Bach. Hey, umpire. Felt like a Bach to me. Let's see if the 5-6 spades is gonna win this hand, just for fun. The what if?
I think he's gonna be happy when he sees that the other guy's
Yeah.
ace 5. But if he had like ace 10, I'd rather get in there with the 6-5.
Exactly. I'd rather have ace. I would rather have 5-6 than ace 5, ace 10.
I mean,
With
theoretically,
with a raise and a
yeah,
call.
Right. Realistically, I think I'd want the higher cards, but
You got you've got live cards against your ranges.
yeah, you can. The flop can come like 9-8-7. You're golden. And then it comes running 10 jack, and you lose.
Yeah.
That's how it works in tournaments. You get it in bad and you win, or you get it in good and you get sucked out on. It's like bomb pots.
I love bomb pots.
Yeah, get it in bad, get it in good and lose.
Did I tell you? I was getting killed in bomb pots. If you followed me on the social medias, and when I came to peaks, I thought I was doing better. I thought I was learning, and then I realized you guys have a $100 max.
Oh.
So I was just losing less. I'm
Right.
still horrible.
Yeah, it's interesting that they cap it, but I think it's good for the game.
It's oh, look at this spades.
And a oh.
And a six. The nuts.
Oh my god.
Triple up.
Mav's probably like, oh
Yep.
my god, I should have just gone with it.
He's
Yeah.
nodding over there. He's like, yeah, that's me. That's me. Triple up. Goodbye, Steve. You played well. Valiant effort.
You say pocket ace?
I don't know what he said.
There was one tournament I played in where I had queen 10 and a bunch of dudes just jammed and I had queen 10 of hearts and I was like, I'm never good here, so I
Right.
folded, and it was like right before rebuy period and I had like a little bit above average stack and I would have hit the flush
And like,
and like quadrupled up
yeah.
and I was like kicking myself.
No, you can't be result oriented.
I know, but like if you know ahead of time.
Yeah, you're like, I know I should do this. I'm getting 5-1 on my money
Yeah, fold a
with
4,
queen
flop
high.
quad.
And I can rebuy. That is such a critical part of the equation. Can I still rebuy?
See Mark over here, king queen. You can just min open this to 12k.
Blinds are 3, 6, and 6. He just calls.
Yeah, it's a good hand to just.
And Eduardo looks at him. You just called him. Mark nods. He's like, Eduardo's his spidey senses were tingling. He's like, you called? I'm gonna fold Queen Jack. That was a great fold.
See, Jose has. Oh, here we go. 8-7. Is he like regretting not? There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Now we got to call it the suited connector. I think Mark will call this off.
Q's in a spot now. He's only got 4 big blinds, and 10 Jack is a hand people like to play.
And Q's also in the big blind, so he's going to be down to 5.5 now. But if he can knock out Mav, that kind of helps him a little bit, gain more value for his chips. Oh, look at that. It's accurate.
40.5.
So I guess Steve might have still had 3 big blinds back there.
It might have been accurate. We'll have to replay the tape.
Well, you guys do a count before this live stream starts, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And they're pretty good with those, too.
Yeah. And we had a really good guy running the action tracker, so he doesn't make mistakes.
No. With funny, talks funny, though.
He's got that accent. Don't you know?
Every time I hear that, I think, Bobby's World.
All right. Oh, Jojo, you're going too fast. Let us talk about it.
Yeah, well, he turned to gutter. Still had 2 overs, turned to gutter, and
Mav does hit a 7, and he's rewarded for his aggressive play.
I love those baby suited connectors.
I do too.
They bring me such joy.
In the low stakes rounders Facebook page that Kim and Hayden Fortini run,
Yeah.
somebody posted a little meme about it's not good strategy to play these small suited connectors, and I posted, I commented, you could just at me, bro, because I mean that's my bread and butter is the small suited connectors.
They're sneaky.
8, 9 of hearts, I'm in.
That's too big for me. I like the 5-4.
I don't mind the 5-4.
Played 2-3 of clubs at Parks, and I stacked this aggro wreck. That was fun. Eduardo here at 15 bigs, ace-7. I think you just fold this, right?
Under the gun, I fold a7 with 15 bigs. He's in that middle stack range that he has to be careful.
Here comes a jam from Jose.
Yep.
There we go. Someone's going to wake up with ace-queen, ace-jack, and snap them off here. Maybe ace-10. See what the big blind has. No one?
Oh, there we go.
There they are. That's a good flip, though.
Yep. He's got 2 overs. Jose said run it 3 times.
Good luck. It went the wrong way for the last 2 king queens.
Two overs.
There we go. Nice frame job by Joel.
Yeah.
Oh, what a gutter.
Needs a 9 or a 10. Slow down. Doesn't get it. Q is eliminated. Jose doubles up. Q's a great player.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with. I love everything he did at this final table.
gotta run good.
You do have to run good.
Can't just play good.
No, he played every hand correctly.
Yeah, I liked all of his jams. And just got unlucky there.
That just shows you can sometimes do the right thing and still lose.
Yeah, that's how I feel about all my past relationships.
I have no experience there. I've been with my wife since we were 7.
Really?
No, 17.
That's still young.
Yeah, I've got 4 prom pictures I can show you.
I would like to see
You
it.
want to see the mullet and
Yeah,
the,
you
and the
had a
cowboy
mullet?
boots? Oh God, I had the best mullet,
You wear cowboy boots in Minnesota?
dude. I wanted to be a cowboy so
Yeah.
bad. Now I'm in Texas. I love it.
My first time seeing boots was Nashville. I was like, what is...
You're
what is
out of
going
New
on?
York, right?
Yeah, we don't wear that stuff there. We wear less, just walk around the streets half naked. There's a lot of weird people doing weird things. Mark has ace king, 9 big blinds. What are you gonna do, sir? Small blind versus big blind. You can jam.
I
and
just
get-
rip it. It looks stronger if you don't rip it.
You have to go all in here at that Eduardo.
Yeah, in this specifically, King 10 suited in the big blind, I'm ripping it now.
You could be up against like ace.
He's looking like, what do you got? What do you got?
Also, Mark could kind of just limp in, let Eduardo jam, and just snap it off.
Yep. Well, you don't want him to just check behind you.
Right.
So I would at least raise, which he did. He did. I think he did it perfectly, honestly. Either raise or min click to try to realize some value. They both hit a king. This hand is done.
Yep. They're gonna. You just stack off here.
Yep. Oh, there's nothing you can do about it. And they both played it perfectly.
He's got to call this thinking he has a flush draw. Or... Oh, there we go. All in, snap call, see the bad news. He's still alive though.
Yep. He needs a 10 ball. There's 2 left. The 10 of hearts was folded.
Yeah. So he's got 2 times 4, so he should have about 12% equity.
13.
What's 18?
I said about.
Yep.
12 is about 13.
12 is about 13.
No good. He also had some, yeah, had some backdoor straight draws there. Oh well, it's not poorly played at all. It's just it is
No,
what it
that's
is.
just a cooler.
45.
All right, getting some action. 2 players bust, so we're down to the final 7. That's you?
That's me.
You're tiny.
What? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Look at that mullet. I think the statute of limitations is over. I was so high in that picture.
Really?
You can tell.
Your eyes aren't even open.
Nope. Yeah, that's high school. Our senior photos.
You guys are cute.
I used to smoke too. There I am,
boy.
holding a couple of largemouth bass and a camel dangling out of my
We should
mouth.
put that on the stream for everybody to see.
I absolutely could.
Oh my
I do
God.
not have any privacy settings. If anybody wants to go to Poker Eric on Facebook, you can see all those pictures.
I think you use Facebook more than I use it in. I think you use it more in a month than I use it in a year.
That is. I'll bet you that's accurate.
I like never use social media. I don't post anything to social media.
I post everything.
I don't know. People don't even know that I won the tournament. Except the people who know are the people who went on the Fort website.
Yeah,
The Fort.
that's how I saw it. I congratulate you. My friend Dale, who's floor over there, posted it, and I went, wait, what?
Yeah.
Because I just talked to this guy 10 minutes ago. He didn't say anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I did it for myself.
No, it was great.
Yeah. I'm not like a big flaunter of wins and stuff.
I am.
Nah.
I mean, I flaunt when I cook a steak properly.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. Boom.
I'm like more low key and private.
Medium rare with mushrooms. Let's go.
This hand's over.
Yep. Wants no part of it.
No. Check.
David's not super excited.
He'll probably
So
call
On
one
could
bet.
bluff. He's got third pair, bottom pair.
Depends how big he bets.
The chip leaders.
He's gonna call once.
I fold.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
On
you
was a
lose to
pre-flop raiser.
Lose to ace queen, queen 9, king jack, king 10, jack 10, ace
Yeah,
jack.
you're
ace
losing
king,
to everything who bets right now.
king queen. Yep.
Especially On. Now, in the last 20 hands that we've seen, On has been fairly conservative, fairly snug.
Yeah.
When he leads pre-flop, I'm surprised that that David defended, unless it was a very small min click or something. But then, when he bets the flop, your 10 is no good. That's, I mean, I like the fold, David.
Yeah. Monty has a jammable hand here. He's
Ace 7, 9 big blinds.
Monty's just
under the gun.
Yep.
Plus
he's just
one.
Jamming.
Why is he +1? Oh,
Under the gun plus one.
yep, never mind.
Just rip it, Monty. You can't min open at 9 bigs. I mean, you're never folding. I mean, now if big blind calls, you know, instead of taking down the blinds.
He made it 16.5. That's interesting. He probably had an extra 500 in his stack he wanted to get rid of.
It's just weird because he's like pretty much committing his whole stack saying he wants to
Yep,
jam. So why not
exactly.
just jam?
It looks really strong.
It does.
That's what I was talking about earlier. When Mark just raised instead of jamming with Ace King, I said
Right.
it looks so much stronger. When you jam, it looks weaker. So when you have an Ace King, just jam because it looks weaker than if you just min raise like it did. That really set off the spidey senses for Jose.
Let's go, Monty.
Eduardo down at 4 big blinds. Jose and Monty both at 11. Mav and David 15 to 17. Mark at 20. On still leading the pack with 30 big blinds.
That's amazing to have 30. He had 58 to start. Then he was down to 27. Now he has 30, but the blinds are going up.
I was going to say it's been an hour, so the blinds have gone up 3 times.
He's pretty much just staying afloat.
Yep. He's
Yeah, Monty's a good tournament player. I think he knows his spots well, and he's knowing how much to put in and when and what to do.
see like David right now. If he rips it on the button and rips it,
Yeah.
it looks weaker than if he just min raises.
Right, but the blinds still have to.
Oh yeah. But I'm saying you can rip it and act weak.
Right.
And get the desired effect of you look weak when you're really strong, and now Jose and On have to have hands to come with you. And On probably calls a rip when he doesn't call a min raise.
But here comes On with ace 5, right? So if we flop an ace here, if he were to call, is he going to fold again?
Yeah, he folds regardless.
Right. And there's so many better aces than you have out there. So. Yeah, the funny thing about the tournament is I didn't really care about the money at all. I just wanted the trophy. I wanted the validation.
So you're getting married soon?
It's in the works.
Okay. Like, didn't I see that on Facebook that you're engaged? No, not at all.
Probably not.
Okay,
That's
probably not.
That's one of the arguments my fiance and I have. She thinks that everything should be posted on social media, or she quotes that I exist, and I say I don't ever use social media to post anything. Why would I share private stuff with people I don't know?
I have no privacy settings, obviously.
I like to keep to myself.
So you're not engaged.
I am engaged.
You are engaged.
I've been engaged for about a year and a half now, almost.
Oh, is there a date?
We don't have a date because we were having discrepancies on what to do for the wedding.
I know what it is.
What?
You took off for the next month because you're going on a vacation with her.
This was pre-planned.
Yeah. Prior to when
she's going for work. She's dancing in a performance, and
dancing, like Is she like ballet or what?
She's doing. There's like a Taylor Swift cover band, and she's the choreographer and the lead, like head captain dance lady for that.
I know so little about all of these things.
Yeah, so the trip is gonna pay for pretty much all of our expenses.
Where are you going?
Tokyo.
That's what I thought, and then I thought that makes no sense.
Yeah, we're going to Tokyo for a week. We would have stayed longer, but circumstances were different when the trip was booked.
Man, now you can change it.
Well, we're going to New York like a week later, so it's be a lot of travel.
It's great. Travel's great.
Yeah. Well, Mark, what's he got there? 16?
I would make it higher. I'd go 20K.
He just calls.
Just calls. It's very unconventional.
Monty is kind of in a pickle here. He's got 6 bigs. Is On gonna call here on the button? Or is he gonna raise?
He just calls. Just calls.
I have to say, I've never played with On, but just from his demeanor at the table, he's kind of intimidating with that big stack, being quiet.
Yep. Walk softly and carry a big stick.
Look at that, all the same range here. We got 6'5", 3'3", 7'7".
They've all got.
That's it.
Monty's got a gutter. Needing a 7. Mark has 2 7s, so that really hurts his chances.
Yeah, this hand's over.
On just hits top pair. It's good.
How many blinds did he bet?
He bet 25K, and I think the blinds are.
Like 5.
Is it 6 now?
Is it 6?
Are we 3 and 6? At 8, we're 4 and 8 now.
We're still
So
4 and
he
8?
bet 3 big blinds.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
Mark needed to raise that pre-flop to get rid of the 9-10. You don't have to jam with 15 big blinds, but make it like 3x.
Right, and we still got to get 3 shorties to bust. So Eduardo's got a bust, Mav's got a bust, Monty's got a bust.
I mean, that might be the other thing is he doesn't want to bloat the pot out of position with a medium pocket pair, because when you got pocket 7s, you don't like any flop that does not have a 7 in it.
You like 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. You like the 5, 6, 8, you know,
Yeah.
open-ended with a pair. It's not horrible.
But the thing is, if you're Mark and you're raising and one of the shorties jams, I mean, you're just shrug calling it off there.
Yeah, I guess I call you.
Yeah.
I call the 4 bigs.
The background noise of the people yelling and getting all excited from the cash game, I think it's happening like right here. It feels like it's happening right here.
No, they were excited a week ago. We were popping.
Yeah. So David, 15 bigs, ace deuce. This is the hand. Now I fold this, but I paid the price. Forget how many bullets I fired in that poker house opening tournament. Jose jam here.
In Fort Worth?
Easy jam, Jose. Stick that in. Yeah, I think I lost $30 on it, so I probably fired 3 bullets at it. Right? Is that how it goes?
I don't even remember what we did. $100 buy-in probably.
No, I think it was more. No,
Was it a 130?
I don't even remember. I think I maybe paid 390 and 136.
Jose asked if he wants to run it twice.
Oh yeah, Mark's just got a snap call here.
I'm good.
My favorite is when both players are all in and they ask each other what they have, even though they're about to turn their hand over. And then the person who jams doesn't want to turn his hand over right away.
Mark hasn't called yet though.
Right.
So Jose said, "You want to run it twice?" Before he made his decision.
Right.
And he goes, "You got pockets?"
Don't fold. Oh, you can't fold the 6 big blind.
It's half his stack.
Yeah, but he can get more.
He can fade. He can fade the next 4 guys out and get paid $500 real dollars.
Yeah.
No, you have an ace with a lower kicker. That's probably
Good fold. Yeah, good fold because you can't win the hand if he calls you.
Jose's acting like he also had an ace.
Right.
You know, you had an ace with a lower kicker. Then my jack, because I showed you the jack. You had ace with a lower kicker than the jack?
Did he show the jack?
He showed a card. I don't know which one it was. I assume it was a jack.
If it was short stat, bro, you have to call.
Yep.
See, he knows. This is a raise for David right here.
Jose's very, he's very wise on tournaments.
Yes. Likes to trash talk when he's up, when wins, doesn't like losing.
No.
Let's see what we got here. Someone wake up with a monster.
There's a lot of limping at this table, which I'm not a fan of. At a final table, I never call. I min click 2.2.
2.2.
Yep.
Eduardo 6-3 in the big blind. That's a. Oh, he's got one big blind. That all he has left? You gotta just stick it in there. If that was raised, you just shrug call that off with 6-3 close.
Right. Well, you're in the big blind. You've already got half your stack.
Right.
You got 2/3 of your stack in the blinds and annies.
Check. Oh, he's gonna see if he's gonna bluff at it here.
Yep.
And just go all in. No, I'll bet here. Little bet will take care of it. Snap fold. Done. Is this live, this chat?
This chat is live. Eric McLeod just said, I don't think you just call and cash even. That's also accurate. I'm not a big fan of calling.
Oh, I give action with that hand. I don't care. You gotta get action. You gotta give action to get action.
Well, he's talking about when I said I don't call in tournaments. I min raise every time. I had a poker coach like about 10 years ago. Not even a poker coach, just a friend who was like a coach, and he was telling me stuff. And he explained to me one of the projects he gives his students is go play this $100 tournament, this low buy-in tournament, whatever. You cannot call at all the whole tournament. You can fold or you can raise. You cannot call.
Wow.
Now play this hand. Is this worth calling? Is this worth raising? Because like a lot of people's problem is they call too often. I want to see a flop. I want to see a flop. He goes,
It's only a problem for the people who are calling that they call.
yeah, that's exactly. And so one of his projects that he would like homework, go play a tournament, low buy-in tournament, and if it's not good enough to raise, you fold that hand.
That's an interesting way of looking at it.
And so I've done that. I'm like, is this good enough to raise? No, okay, I'm gonna fold then.
Eduardo's gonna see the bad news. A bunch of his outs are folded.
Yeah.
So
Hey Eric McLeod, are you gonna play in the Fort Worth stream tomorrow? We have a 1-2 cash game in Poker House Fort Worth tomorrow from 6 to 10 or 7 to 10, excuse me. $500 max buy-in. It's a smaller game for players that don't want to get crazy. David makes a 28K. Eduardo wastes no time calling his last 12K with 5-6 suited.
there you go. See the bad news. If we didn't know if the fours were folded with the 4 of hearts, I would like Eduardo's chances a little bit better, but he still
He's
hit a
in
bunch
bad
of
shape.
stuff. Yeah, still hit stuff. There you go.
Oh, 6 or 5. He's in much better shape now. No,
No,
now he's in
not
bad
so
shape
much.
again.
Hey, you got a full house.
He does have a full house. Now, here's how you tell this story. I lost with a full house against a better full house.
Yes.
That's
Cooler,
how that
just a
story
cooler.
goes. It was a cooler. So when he goes home and tells that story to his friends later, man, I was at the final table. I got a full house. I lost to a bigger full house.
Lost on the river to a better full house.
Boom. On the river.
What was the board in the run? I don't remember, but
No,
the guy.
I mean, I had a full house,
Right.
and the guy on the river, the guy had a better full house.
Right. What's Eric saying?
No one takes anything personal. Everyone jokes, having a good time when they play. Yeah, Fort Worth is a very fun place to play if you are within a half hour of Oh, I was gonna say, what are they doing? They are racing. Since we skipped the break, we still had the 500s in play. So I came and cashed everybody out, and then we did a quick race.
Nice. All right, so we have Mav here and Monty, both at risk of being bust soon.
Monty's got 5 big blinds.
Monty's probably just gonna jam any.
Mav's got 9 big blinds.
VPIP, Jose, 20%. Wow, I think I caught your hiccups.
They're contagious. Mark with 11 big blinds. Now Mark is at a spot. Mark and Jose at 10 and 11 big blinds. You've got Monty with 5 and Mav with 9. You're kind of handcuffed until they bust.
Yeah.
Because now we're on the double bubble. We're scheduled to pay 4 places. We're at 6 right now. If you bust before Monty busts his 5 big blinds,
Bad.
How you played all day for free.
Well, so that's what happened to me at the fort. I was baby stack, and the 2 big stacks went at it.
Yeah.
On a draw heavy board, he stacked off. They both should have just stacked me, and I just let them kill each other. On, open that up, baby. Monty fold. He shouldn't be getting up before it gets to him.
He should not be. That is the penalty. If they would have called me, that was I would have gave him a warning the first time, and then it's penalties. You cannot fold out of turn.
See, David's in a weird spot. Small blind with an ace, pretty decent ace, but On could have a lot of better hands here.
Yeah.
And you don't really want to go head to head with the big stack right now with all the small stacks.
No, you want to pick your spots. You want to target those middle stacks.
And On's been betting like every flop here. See? Oh, that is a very bad flop for On to bet here.
On's got a gutter. David's got 2 pair.
See,
Is David's gonna lead out?
I don't like the lead because now On's been betting.
We call that a donk bet. On's been C betting, continuation
Yeah.
betting every flop. David didn't. He could have check raised.
And David has the ace of spades. So On has way fewer flushes here. The only, like, I guess the really good flushes he has are like king, queen of spades, king, 10 of spades.
I
queen,
think
10 of
David
spades.
lost some value there.
Yes. I think if David check calls or check raises,
I love the check call. All right. We got JoJo. He's leaving. We got Luigi coming in.
all right.
Eric McLeod says it's hard to flop a set and win that game. So what he's referring to is last week when I was streaming to Fort Worth, we have a promo over there where if you flop a set,
Yes.
win a straight, have an ace high flush, and get a full house. Those 4 cards we call it the fortune.
Cute.
If you do that, we'll give you whatever the prize is. And I think it got paid yesterday, so it's going to reset. But I had 4 people flop a set and then increase to quads in that 3-hour time span. So their flop set didn't count because they have quads now.
You have to flop it.
You have to flop it, but then that has to be the winning hand. And now a set's not the winning hand. He has a quad. I agree
That's
with
so
you.
tilting.
That is so crazy. So you have to like bet everybody off so your flop set hands, stands.
Yep. He
Yeah.
flopped 2
He
sets and
flopped 2
lost.
sets and
that
lost.
sucks.
It's rough.
That's some like run bad right there.
Yeah, how do you flop a set and lose? I told my wife a long time ago, if I ever flop a set against somebody who flopped a set, I'm gonna lose all my money.
Go broke.
That's just what happens. That's just the game.
Yeah. You got it. Especially on a board where they shouldn't have many sets, right? Like if they're just calling and the board's like ace, king, 10.
You're like, why didn't you raise?
Yeah.
If you had 2 kings or 2 aces, you should have raised me.
See, if David's gonna call with ace 9 there, he's got to call this jam here. It's a button versus small blind. So David's raising. He's gonna jam. I mean, that's a good jam. You want to be the guy jamming.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the guy
And
calling off
Jose
the jam.
thinks he's showing the best hand when he showed king queen. Jose's like, well, David was like, well, I had that beat.
Set over set, pay the man or woman and go home.
Yep.
That's pretty much it. That's how it goes. I've been flushed over flushed over flushed. That's
On the
like
flop.
flop or turn, yeah.
So I
I didn't 3-bet, and that was my problem.
I bet on the flop with a flush draw. Got like 5 callers. 4 callers, so there's 5 of us. I turn the nut flush, and it goes bet, bet, bet before me, and I shove all in, and everybody called, and I'm like, I've got the nuts. What do you have? Everybody had a flush.
Really?
All 5 of us had suited clubs, and 3 came out on the board.
Oh, that's so gross.
It was great. I thought it was wonderful.
That's so gross. I thought someone was gonna have a set there.
No, it was just everybody had a flush draw when I bet, and they all called, and then we all hit our flush.
Yeah, Eric just said he flopped a queen high flush and was 3rd best going all in.
Whee!
Oh, interesting from Monty. Why not just jam, Monty?
Save himself 2 big blinds if those accurate stacks are accurate.
If Monty rips it, I mean Monty has to rip it here if you 3-bet. I mean he has no fold equity for 2 bigs. And now if it goes check, David's gonna maybe put them all in.
Here's where I'm curious. I would love to see Monty's stack see if he has 20K. And David just calls. He knows. Yep,
Monty's groaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has 20K-ish. 3 whites maybe? 15K?
I think that's 4 whites. I think.
Is that 4 whites? It's very hard to see. Oh, congratulations. It's hard to hit a royal. I think I've only ever hit 2.
It's hard to hit a royal.
I actually got, this was my favorite bomb pop by far. This like whale who plays like 100, 200, came to kill time at 1-3. We played a double board bomb pot. We're $2,000 or $2,500 deep, and I flop a straight flush on the bottom, and he flops the nut flush.
Oh.
We just got it all in on the turn.
Of course.
Nice scoops.
Oh.
It's like a dream spot.
So with the blinds going up, Monty's down to 2 big blinds, or 1 big blind now.
Ooh, David's gonna open.
Jose with a couple of aces.
Jose's gonna jam and ooh.
Ooh, David lets it go.
Wow.
Interesting.
Super pro. I think Jose's just gonna rip it. No, well, yeah.
He's got 8 big blinds. He should rip it because, like we said, it doesn't. It looks stronger if you don't rip it.
He could just limp in and hope that what's his name jams.
On's not gonna jam. Monty's not gonna jam. Mav might jam.
Queen 8, 4 big blinds. Yeah, why not?
He lets it go. So regardless, that's how that hand plays out. No matter what he did.
Yes.
But
Tilting.
when you're super strong, it looks weaker to jam.
Right.
6, 12, 12.
Okay. Sorry. All right. So we have Mark here with 7 bigs. Monty with 1 big blind. Mav with 4 big blinds. Can Monty spin this up right now? Get a nice little triple up if it folds to him and he jams. And everyone folds here. On's still sitting pretty nice. David's sitting really nice right now with 16 bigs. He can just chill for a bit. I can hear David Alexander is in the building, and Dan is yelling his name. On's got 6-5 suited. Beautiful hand. What is he gonna do? He has 14 bigs. He limps in. Monty's gonna jam with 7, Jack 7 of clubs. Mav has King 10. I'd assume Mav might call this off here. There's a lot of really good implications if he does, because he could have a... Wow. See, these guys are probably way better at tournaments than I am, because I'm calling with all of these hands here.
We are so close to the money right now, they can sniff it.
They still, yeah, but I mean, you're not going to go into the big blind with 4 big blinds into the money, right?
When it's $100, buy-in, and a min cash is $500. A lot of them, that's 5x your money for a min cash. If all they got to do is wait for Monty to bust. Monty's got one big blind. Let this
Monty's
guy
about to
bust
have
and
3 big blinds. If,
Yeah.
no 10 or no 8 comes.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Monty's got a jack now.
Yeah, but
That-
open-ended.
Mark's open-ended.
On is dead. Don't do it on. Just check. Let Monty
Yeah.
bust.
There's no reason to bluff into a dead side pot.
There you go. I got yelled at for that once.
Yeah, of course you should.
I think Mark.
There's really no reason for Mark to bet either, because
No.
you're not gonna. You're only getting called by somebody who beats you.
Yes.
Yes. There is a rule that when you're nope, that was weren't it.
You put it on top of that. No, you put it on top of the those two.
It doesn't matter. It was a 10 of spades and the 8 of clubs. It's okay. When the rule, when you're all in, you have to show your cards. And Luigi mucked his cards, but he had to pull them out for production value. Forgot where he mucked them. Didn't matter. We knew what they were. 10 of spades, 8 of clubs. And Monty is up to 5 big blinds now. Good triple up. And the most disappointed person at the table is Mav, who was almost in the money. He's down to 3 big blinds. But he is on the button now, so he's got a full orbit before he has to pay the blinds again. Jose with pocket kings, 10 big blinds. On has a king 5 in the hijack. Jose, it is 6,000, 12,000. I think he bets at least 20. Makes it 30,000. I like that. On folds. Monty folds an ace. He just got these chips. He does not want to lose them. Mav, he's got suited connectors again. This seems like a good spot to rip it in. He does it. I don't hate that. In a vacuum, 8-5 suited plays pretty well against a random hand. Unfortunately for him, a lot of spades are being folded, and Jose has him crushed with 2 kings. Oh, that's a bad flop for Mav. It's going to make it hard for him to make 2 pair. And he's done. The boat. Well played, Mav. See you at the next one. We are down to 5 players on the bubble.
Oh, Monty got a nice little triple up.
Monty got a triple up.
And who busted?
We just lost Mav.
Mav.
Jose opened under the gun, and Mav rips it in with 5-8 suited. Jose has KK.
Oh, well there you go.
So it was I don't hate, 5-8 suited plays well against a random hand.
I mean, it did today in what was it, Champions or with 5-8 versus aces?
Oh yeah, the 5-8 against the aces when he rips it in as a bluff at that was at the lodge.
Oh, the
Poker Face Ash. The Champions down in Houston is running some great tournaments right now.
really. I haven't been there yet. Ed keeps inviting
Beautiful,
me.
beautiful place.
Jose really did a nice job shipping up here.
He did. He's a
He
great
is
player.
chip leader right now.
17 big blinds. He is chip leader. On drops down to third place. Mark and Monty both vying for to not be bubble. Monty's got 5K or 5 big blinds. Mark has 4 big blinds.
You know what would also be a cool statistic to see? How many bullets everyone's in for.
I don't have access to that right now.
I'm just saying in general on like the tournament live stream, just to know like what, like we want to get a good sweat to make sure they make their money back. You know?
David with pocket 10s versus Jose with queen 10.
I think just rip it. Actually, David can rip it here. Pick up
14 big blinds is a little bit hefty to rip.
Should we check the chart?
Yeah. What is? I think he makes it 3x, 2.5x on the button.
Let's find out.
Because if you rip it, you're gonna lose your customers.
That is true. So we're gonna go 14 big blinds.
Yep.
Well, the effective stack would probably be 11 big blinds here.
Yes. Effective 11 because on is down to 11 big blinds.
Heroes on the button. It's a jam.
It is a jam.
Yep. All pairs are a jam there.
Okay. Interesting. Now he's also, if you can type in how many stats you can type in, he is a
And
chip
that's
leader
That's with
with
9 players.
2
actually.
short stacks.
Not that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's with 9 players. With 5 players, it's still
Still a jam.
Yep, still a jam.
This is Brad Kogel. He is a dealer here at Poker House at Peaks, and he just shipped the Fort Spring Gala for $30,000. What, 3 days ago?
Yeah, Sunday.
Sunday. We
Yeah.
got the
I'm a lucky donkey.
the fan. He's primarily a lower stakes cash game player who's dabbling in tournaments and doing well.
I'm doing well if you start counting from this last one.
He's up for the week.
I am. It's funny to see like all the tournaments I've played and how much I'm actually up, even after this one. I feel like when people see, all those professionals win those $1 million tournaments,
Right.
I think what you actually have to do is figure they're really only in profit 1/3 of what their hand and mob says, or what their winnings are.
That's generous.
Yeah, that's very generous. That is me.
It is Brad who played 2 weeks ago in Poker House Fort Worth.
I think I know Eric.
Yeah, Eric.
Was he in the 6 seed?
You were in the 6 seed, Eric. He's played 3 times since then, so I don't remember where he sits every time. But he was Beard.
Yeah, classes.
Yep.
Yeah, I know Eric. What's up, Eric? Really nice guy.
He's a great guy.
I actually chopped a tournament with him at Shuffle. He was monster chip leader.
And he chopped with you?
He chopped with like 6 of us.
Oh man, Eric, what are you doing? We don't chop.
He was actually very generous and organized a dealer tip.
He's great.
Yeah, really nice guy.
Except for he lies to his wife.
What do you mean?
Last week he showed up in scrubs, told his wife he had to work. In reality, work was coming to play poker, but he put his scrubs on to make her think he was going to the hospital.
Oh, that's not the right Eric then.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I know who this Eric is then.
You do.
Definitely
Are you
It's,
sure?
it's the right Eric.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
He says he works 6 to 6, like in
He works where?
what does he say? 1:30 a.m. I had to be at work at 6. Yeah. Oh, okay, maybe it is him.
Yeah.
I didn't see him in scrubs though.
No, a week ago he was in scrubs.
Oh.
2 weeks ago when you played, he was not in
He said he's
scrubs.
not married.
Oh, not okay.
12% VPIP. No, I was actually 30% VPIP at Poker House Fort Worth.
No, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I was 30% VPIP. Not only was it 30% VPIP, but I was the lowest VPIP on that stream.
Well, yes, while we were not watching,
What?
Mark gets the bubble the third time in a row, and Monty doubles up.
Well, just you're close.
That hurts even more.
40.
Good luck, guys.
42. You have 4,000 left.
Oh, I got 4,000 left?
Yep.
Alright. Oh, wow. Y'all just wait for this comeback.
Mark does have 4,000 left.
All in.
In the dark.
I'm just having fun and splashing around in the game.
What are the blinds?
Like
3-6
last
right
week
now.
On the same tournament, I got to the final table like.
Not
also
sure. What does
really,
it mean?
really
5
low
over
stock.
33 on the top right.
We have 5 people left, and we had 33 people in the tournament.
Gotcha.
And I was
Okay.
like, I remember I had like 20K, something like that, 50K,
I
20K.
misspoke. I said I wasn't the money. Take it back.
Yeah.
They are not
I
the
don't
money
think you
yet.
have to worry too
Monty
much.
is
Like
dangerous
five-
with,
You never know, you never know.
with
You never
chips. Very good later stage tournament player.
Also online, I remember having like maybe 2 blinds, 3 blinds, and then
So it says Mark's still up there.
Mark's got 4K left, which is not even a big blind.
Okay.
That's why they called him back to the table.
Well, he's all in now.
He is all in the dark.
I think what you do is just you just all limp in and just check it down.
Tournament strategy, honestly, you might want to build a side pot now because there is side pot money, and you'd rather take down that and beat one person. Like if I'm Monty, I'm not limping, or I'm not checking it down with Ant on.
everyone limps in this table.
Right.
Now that I limp, somebody wins.
Jose just pointed out everybody's been limping all night, and he limps in finally, and then he gets raised.
Yeah.
See, exactly. So Monty is really good against a random hand with Ace King. So you don't want to just limp in and check it down and hope we bust Ace King out and now we're all in the money.
Right.
So when On raised, he was like, "Oh, you want to play a real pot? Let's go then." I got the A and the K.
I would hate for Mark to hit a 5 or a 4 here.
I would love that.
In the fort, there's nothing worse than the shorties constantly going all in, and the big stacks just double and tripling
Yeah.
them up. It took forever. It took 12 and a half hours to finish the tournament on day 2.
We both bust right here.
I got more chips than
You get more chips? Okay.
All right, so Monty just qualified. Mark says if we both go bust right now, Monty correctly says I win because I have more chips than you. If On wins this hand, I will take 5th place and Mark will take 6th place and be the bubble. I don't think On calls there. He's got King Jack suited against Monty, who 3-bet jams.
With somebody already all in.
He never has less than King Jack suited in this situation. Your best case scenario, he's got 2 10s and you're flipping.
Yes.
Is it 96 total?
96 totals.
I think he's going to call.
I don't think so. I think it's too much.
You don't think he jams here?
It's 65 to call. He's already in. He raises it, and when oh, he does call. He needs exactly a jack.
Small cards.
Now he sees that he doesn't want to turn his hand over.
4,000.
This is what I'm talking about. Like, everybody's all in.
Yep.
You see what everybody has. You have to turn your hand over. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why
There's
delay?
there's no secrets here.
Yeah, you can't muck, and you're on live stream.
I'm gonna win this thing. You just wait.
You know who's super happy right now? Jose. He's fist bumping everybody.
No. You should have just called.
He wants.
I think the ace is coming.
And Monty just said you should have just called. When you raise,
Small cards.
they're fist bumping.
Here comes
We got
the
the
ace.
AK and the KJ and the 5-4.
AK is coming. Where's that ace at? Uh-oh.
Take a 7.
A 7,
Oh, yeah.
a 4, or a 5.
Mark a 4, 5, or a 7.
Ooh. Uh-oh. 10. Monty needs a 10 or an ace.
A 10 or an ace. 10 ace, 4, 5, 7. Doesn't get it. On wins, eliminates both players. Monty gets 4th place for the $500. Wow.
I don't even know what the right way for that hand to go down would be, but I would think that he should just fold to Monty's jam.
I folded Monty's jam
Yeah.
specifically because it's Monty. And
But Monty's a good player. He understands spots.
oh, he's great.
So he
He's
could be
not,
putting pressure on you for no reason there, you know, just to isolate the shorter stack.
that's not his style at all.
Thank you, Ricky.
But he doesn't know that.
He's played with him for the last 90 minutes at this table. Whether or not he was at the other table on the outer tables, he should know that Monty doesn't goof
We did that
around.
last time.
Oh, are they chopping?
Bro,
You did what?
are you okay? 1,500 each.
Yeah, they're talking about a chop.
That's what we did last week.
That's a good deal for Jose.
Because he's already late. He said yes. It's up to you.
It's a better deal for David. David's got 14 big blinds. Jose's got 18 big blinds. And An has 22 big blinds after that double up.
If I was on, I'm not chopping.
If I'm on, I'm not chopping. If I'm Eric, I'm not chopping regardless.
I mean, we
If
can
I'm
keep
Jose,
playing
I'm
for
also
only
not
$500.
chopping.
Doesn't make sense. We did this.
If Jose's the most studied out of all of them and has a skill edge, he can win this whole thing.
Let's just play it, man.
There you go. He wants to play it.
Blinds are
Yep. Jose tried to get a chop, which is not horrible because An has 4 big blinds more and David has 4 big blinds less. So he statistically, like if they did the ICM, he would be getting what he would get if they chopped. David would be giving his portion to An to make it even, but An said, "Let's just play, man." I love it.
So
10, 15, 15, yeah?
there's $4,500 left.
Yes, sir.
With the stacks being what they are, I mean, not doing an ICM chop, you could literally just finish first, second, third like that, and just call it. If they like Jose is gonna get 1,500 either way, right? If you can chop it evenly or not. So why not? You know, if you want to save yourself from playing, you could just say, hey, let's.
Let's just quit the game right now. If you're David, why would you ever do that?
I mean, I would never do it ever.
Oh, got it.
I'm too competitive to. I've chopped a couple times, and I don't mind chopping. I think it's okay to do.
I don't mind modifying the prize pool. Like, let's say, hey, instead of 20, 15, 10, let's make it 17, 50, 15, 12, 50. You know, let's just modify this a little bit, smooth it out a little bit. I don't hate that. But for the most part, I'm here to play. I'm here to win.
There's also a difference between winning 2,000 and like 1,900. It's the
Correct.
two.
Correct.
You know, you gotta get to that next number. And I think here the most aggro player would probably be David or An. But now Jose has chips. I'm starting to see him ramp up the aggression a little bit more.
Yeah.
Check, bet, fold. That's what we're gonna see here.
Check. 5, 5, 5, 5, check.
Bet like 15 and fold. Maybe I'll bet 20. What? You bet pot? Damn.
45K. Yeah. Did you see Jose grimace? He's like, wow, what? Never mind.
5 folds.
I've got Jack Deuce. I've got no part of this board. But wow, 45. That was a lot.
I mean, but a big bet and a small bet does the same thing there.
Yep.
Like, that's in a tournament. You don't want to risk.
Risk versus reward.
Right.
Agreed.
Like, you can see bet with top set for very small and still get the same result. You know?
Yep. He might be trying to, you know, push out some draws.
Like king, oh, even like a hand like king jack.
Yeah, deny some equity.
Sure, but I mean, they're such short stack. He's not going to call up 1/3 of his stack for a peel. You know. Now An's back up top. Jose's in the button. So this is the thing I don't understand. Are you actually opening up any 2 on the button all the time as a bigger stack?
I am. Min click 2.2 every hand
Alright.
until they play back at you. depending on my table. At this table, I'm 2.2 every hand. Now, if I'm at an aggressive table, now I'm tightening up and playing I'm folding more often.
He's gonna show the jack. There you go.
Yeah, show the good hand. Reward them for folding and keep doing that.
David's, wow, in a couple of hands, he went from looking like he's sitting pretty to looking like he's in an emergency situation to start chipping up.
9 big blinds is a lot of play.
That's what people say, but to me, it doesn't feel like that much.
If he doubles up through Jose specifically, now he's got 18 big blinds and Jose has 5.
15,
Right.
15.
If he doubles up through now On's got 9, he's got 18. So it's really a lot of play. But like you said, a long time ago we were talking about short stack play, and I said I'm not good at short stack play because I don't get short stacked.
Right.
And they thought it was I was like being cocky, and I was like, no, I bust way before I get short stacked. Like if I got 15 bigs, I'm not comfortable, and I start shoving. You know, a lot of the conventional wisdom said 10 big blinds is where you just start shoving.
Right.
I did it way before I got to 10 big blinds. I'm shoving at 15.
Sure.
So I never got very good at playing short stack because I never got short stacked. I would bust before I got short stacked.
I started playing cash short stack. That's to be honest, I was so nervous sitting down at Poker House my first time. I just started playing poker when I moved to Texas, and I would be nervous sitting with like $200 in front of me. I'd be shaking, like I'd be like nervous to put money in the pot.
Yep.
I remember the feeling. You never forget those feelings.
No, I was just thinking about that the other day. The first time I actually played poker in a home game. We played 5 $20 sit and goes, and I won 2 of them. Good times.
Did he call him with queen high?
Well, he's gonna peel.
No, Jose's bluffing. David's hanging on with an 8.
Yeah, Jose bluffed at it, and David peeled with second pair.
Jose didn't pick up any equity here.
No, but he's got the bluff. He's got the aggression frequency.
I mean, he blocks jack, like queen jack. He also blocks jack 4. But,
He's representing that jack, so he's gonna bet again. And now David has to figure out, do you have a jack? Because I'm not. The 5 didn't change anything.
right. He could have a
Do
flush
you
also.
really have a jack, or do you have a flush draw you're betting at?
Do you think if David didn't have the 6 of clubs that it would be more or less of a call for him?
I think it's just. I think it's irrelevant that his 6 is a club. I think he's just thinking, do you have a jack or not? Because it's blind versus blind. You could literally have anything. It's very possible you could have a jack. You could have anything. Do you have a jack? I'm gonna guess you don't have a jack.
But what cards do you like on the river? That's the real question.
I'd love an 8 or a 6, to be honest.
Right.
But, however, I don't want any. I don't even care about an ace because Jose would have raised an ace pre-flop.
I think another jack would be a good
A
card.
jack
to
would be
take.
beautiful.
Oh, that's
the king is not great.
So if I check here as David and Jose puts me all in,
It's so rough.
I have to call here. He shouldn't ever have a king. He shouldn't ever have a king. He shouldn't be betting a jack here.
I don't know. That's such a tough spot. That's a great bet by Jose.
I mean, that's his only bet.
It was such a great bet by Jose. If I'm David, I'm telling myself, Jose does not have a jack. Jose does not have a jack. Jose does not have a jack. God, does Jose have a jack?
But is a jack putting more money in on the river when a king
When
comes?
it's checked to you 3 times.
But he check called 2 streets, so he has to have at least a jack here. Of course, like Jose has to think that David has a jack here.
And he's still betting at you. If you're David and you're like, I check called him twice and he's still betting.
But 10-9 misses instead of flush
Yeah,
draws.
clubs miss. Clubs miss.
Straight draw misses.
Straight draw misses.
I'm putting the money in. I'm going broke. I'm taking my $1,000 anyway and just going home if he's got it.
All right.
I'm
I love Jose's play.
don't fold.
I love Jose's play.
And David seems like he's a pretty smart player. He's been thinking through a lot of spots really nicely today. Today, 1 week ago.
Yeah, this is a very hard. This is not easy for David right now.
There we
He
go.
does call.
Nice call. What a call.
Both hands.
Wow.
Jose doesn't even want to show.
He doesn't want to see it either.
He wants to muck. Luigi immediately shows this time, and we are heads up.
Yeah.
I think he had him right. He had him covered or not?
No. Jose had.
Jose had him covered, so
Yeah.
Jose's down to 6 big blinds. Great call by David. David's in the chip lead now with 19 big blinds, 291,000 chips.
51? Yep.
On's at 271,000 with 18 big blinds, and Jose's down to 98,000 chips, 6 big blinds. A double up from Jose will put him even with whoever he doubles through.
Yeah.
12 big blinds.
What do you think of the trying to muck after bluffing like that?
So he's trying to hide information, and a lot of people are embarrassed. You've already lost a hand. You might as well give value in something, like give value in, I'm bluffing. Now I'll get paid next time I have it when
Right.
people think I'm bluffing. I mean, they know you bluffed, but I'm like, boom, jack high, let's go. I almost won a hand playing a couple days ago on the 1-2 table.
No hacías nada con esas fichas igual.
I tipped as I flipped over my cards and I tipped $1, and a guy almost mucked 2 pair because he thought, oh wait, what do you have? and then he like slowly turned over his hand as he's looking at my hand, going, I've got 2 pair, because he thought when you tipped, I thought for sure you had the nuts.
Yeah. I've seen players go, I got it, and
Got it,
turn their hand
boom.
over and go 2 pair, even if like the board already had 2 pair on
Yeah.
it, and then people just muck.
Yep, I got 2 pair. What if the board's like paired and you have
Yeah,
you paired your 3 and you go 2 pair?
So like you have 3s and the board's like kings and 8s.
Yeah.
And someone else has like 7 high and they just muck it. Those are funny.
All right.
Damn, Jose. I don't know. I don't love the bluff on that river. I think if it comes out lower than a jack, it's
I
an
love
easy
it
bluff.
because you're putting David to the test for all of his chips.
Yeah, but if he check calls twice and he only has 3 big blinds behind, he's not folding on an over that shouldn't be bet. You know.
Right.
Especially David's a thinking player. Like now he's a chip leader. Wow, how the dynamics changed, huh?
It's a great game.
It's a good hand to go all in
Jose's
with.
got the ace
David's
and the
gotta
5.
call.
David's got ace 8. He's gonna call
Yeah, David has to call here.
with 5 big blinds. I mean, lucky for him, he has him dominated. He could have. It would be much worth it if Jose had king 5.
Yeah. There we go. Shrug call. Let's get it in there.
He goes, I've got the ace. Well, I've got an ace also, sir. Jose's got 35% equity to hit a 5.
Oh.
It's
That's
bad
it.
now. 2%. He needs running 5
Or 2-4.
or running
Running 2-4
running
would be good.
2-4 for straight.
Oh my
Now
god.
he's done. We're done.
You could hear him.
He's like,
Exasperated. Just done.
you.
Well, he
All
played
right.
really well up until he.
Yeah, Jose's a
Left
great
that
player.
stack
We'll
off.
see him again for sure.
Yeah.
And then there were 2, and David's got a commanding chip lead, 389,000 to On's 271,000.
Still a really nice payday to buy in for 100 and cash out with $1,000.
$100 buy-in and getting a 20x your let's listen to this.
Well, up to you, but right now it's okay.
Fine.
Help you. That's fine.
No
Yeah.
chopping.
He wants to
Yeah.
chop
Straight
the
chop.
big stack now.
Even chop?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
David left a lot of money on the table.
1750.
They both get 1750.
We just split the
Yes.
We just split the house.
Okay, you good? Just put.
I would take the ICM if I were David.
I
Yeah,
would have
just put
offered
it for that
ICM,
second.
throw it in the
All right.
calculator, get an extra couple $100, whatever.
Yeah.
Or take like 18, 19 and give him a little bit more.
Yeah, 18 to 17 at least. Take an extra
Yeah,
50
like
bucks.
19, 16.
All right, that's it, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, and thank you, Brad, for being with me. Congratulations on your big score.
Thank you.
Good luck on your trip to Asia.
Thanks.
I
poker
hear
there.
there's no poker there.
It's illegal, I think. Like-
There's casinos like in different places. Where are you going?
Tokyo.
Tokyo. I don't know about Tokyo. I hear that the sushi at a gas station in Tokyo is better than the finest restaurant in Minnesota, specifically. Just like the food is so good over there.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I'm actually really looking forward to going to eat tons and tons of sushi.
I love it. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank
you.
Thanks for having me.
And we're going to do this again Thursday. $100 buy-in, $5,000 guarantee, 20K starting stack, 20-minute levels. We'll see you then.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye.